Hello there everyone, nubkeks here. Welcome back to Nub Raids. Today I'm going to be talking about the special Fire Night tournament that is on right now in the game, and I've got a fun team here today. I'm going to be suggesting, by the way, better early game options for you. This is technically free to play, this team, because we've got 3 guaranteed legendaries, but it's very late game, right? So it's not going to help you if you've been playing for, well, really less than a year to a year and a half. So yeah, I'll suggest other options, but we are in Fire Night, and we've got 2 things going on. First of all, there is a double drop chance for Savage Gear. Savage Gear allows you to ignore 25% of your enemy's defense, which makes it the best set for nukers in the game. For most nukers in the game, bypassing defense just scales your damage up so high. This is the set you want on your arena nukers. So for example, in this particular team, Thea, the Tomb Angel here in the front, she is running it. My team, look at it, look at that Cold Heart. My Cold Heart is like 2 speed or something too slow to get in there and hit him with the Heart Seeker, which slows us down ever so slightly at the start. Not a huge deal, but I thought it's quite funny. We have to break through the shield again. Anyway, yeah, Savage Gear really good. And we also have a tournament on, a special tournament right now, which is to do Fire Night with only the Corrupted faction. Which is what I'm gonna talk about here today. Luckily, I think it's actually quite easy. Funny enough, most of the best Fire Night champions are from the Corrupted faction. So there you go. Well, 129. Actually, that's my best ever clear of Fire Night Stage 20. If you guys have any suggestions, by the way, for champions, do let us know. But the Corrupted, if we jump into the tournament section, you can see it right here. This is going to be overlapping all of the CVC tournament as well. And this is a non-personal reward CVC. So you might want to do this. Fire Night is going to take potentially quite a long time to clear through. It's not the fastest dungeon compared to Spider. It's going to give you the best CVC points per time spent and let you really burn through your energy quickly. But this could be a good one. You can get a Void Shard out of this, which is nice, and it's not too crazy to get to. Epic Book. These rewards are pretty terrible, but hey, you know, an Epic Book and a Void Shard is decent, so it's something that's worth considering. Also, it's possible, like I'm actually number 6 right now, it's possible not many people will compete, and you might be able to grab some good rewards. Now, I actually do see, compared to the last sort of tournament we had like this, a faction-based tournament, this one is much more popular. Like, we've got this dude who's got 2,500 points already, so yeah. 2 times Savage, people are going to be farming, and it's well worth considering it. The Corrupted, let's talk about them. Who are the Corrupted? It is Demon Spawn, Undead Hordes, Dark Elves, Night Revenants. So we've got some crazy champions in here. Let's ignore the, well, to mention briefly the legendaries, you got some insane ones in here. So obviously Duchess is always good for a safe clear. Krutraxa can be very good for a fast clear. She has a 4-hitter on her A1 that ignores defense, so she can actually kill the Fire Knight, knock down his shield quickly. Prince Kaimar for resets, no real surprise there. Allure is actually probably the best Fire Knight champion in the game, even on stage 20. Where she's negative affinity, because her A1 is a triple hitter, helps you knock down the shield, but then each hit, each crit, reduces the target's turn meter by 25% for a total of 75% turn meter reduction per A1. You simply go in, you turn off her other abilities, she spams her A1, and she can single-handedly lock down the Fire Knight, stop him taking turns. I actually, for my stage 24, I can't remember, I'll show you. I do 24, 25, I don't remember, but Allure for me locks it down completely by herself. So she's obviously amazing here. Anyone else that stands out as amazing? I actually think Dor the Hungerer. I think this guy is amazing. Build him up tanky. He comes in, he brings you a revive, so he can help you clear through safely. He brings you reflect damage and healing, so he does a nice heal for your team. The reflect damage, whenever the Fire Knight hits you, will knock points off of his shield when he puts his shield back up, so this can really make it a lot easier to get through. Then he even has a stun on his A1, and he is well worth building up for faction wars for Demon Spawn. He's going to make it way easier to beat that faction. So Dur the Hungerer, if you've got him, he's one that's worth considering to build out for this tournament, or if you have him sitting at, you know, 40, even level 50, maybe he's one to consider. Do we have any rares? Oh yeah, Fellhound, actually, here we go. So Fellhound, he has an A1 that's really good. So Fellhound is the fastest campaign farmer in the game. He also brings you continuous heal, reflect damage on everyone. He does block damage, which doesn't really matter, but he'll help you clear through the waves, and he will do this stuff. So if you've got a Fellhound already built up for campaign farming, he can really help you with this. So lots of good options. If you've got as well early game, I should also say Diabolist, also pretty good for some turn meter manipulation. Bit more quickly, Undead Hordes. Obviously, if you've got any of the good champions here, you are solid. For the epics, I'd say there's no one that particularly stands out to me as being god tier for Fire Knight. Obviously, Vogoth is solid, of course. Triple hitter A1, healing you a good bit, so he's useful. Gorgorab for healing you, keeping you alive, but no one that's absolutely godlike. In the rares even, I'd say there's no one that's particularly godlike either compared to the other factions, but there's lots of decent options for just filling up your team if you need it. For the Dark Elves, of course, we got, the 3 guaranteed Void Legendaries. I was using Lydia and Mithrala there in the first clear. They are insane. Vizix is obviously insane for this as well. Vizix really good. Gives you good wave clear and control with her A1, A2. Also gives you decreased speed for the boss, ally protection. She probably will die when she gets hit, but still worth it. And then her A1 does great turn meter depletion. So she's really good if you've been playing long enough to have her. In terms of the epics, obviously Dark Kale is amazing if you got him built up, but he comes way later into the game. Yeah, there's probably a few here that are okay, like to fill in, but maybe not amazing. I think obviously in the rares, if you got Kale as your starter, there you go. You've got a nuker that can get you through those waves, even if he's bad affinity. Obviously the big one here is Cold Heart. Cold Heart is amazing. Decreases turn meter by 100%. That works perfectly on stage 20. Also absolutely smacks the boss. She has some AoE clear here. She has a 4-hitter that she prioritizes against the Fire Knight shield. So this is also really good. So Cold Heart is amazing. I use 2 of them. If you're lucky enough to have 2, this should be a very easy tournament to farm. And then for Knight's Revenant, again, a ton of really, really good champions here. Tomb Lord is incredible. Obviously Calvalax with some speed farming poison teams, incredible. For the epics, probably nothing that stands out for speed farming, but some just good solid options like Skullcrown for just general wave clear, Rector Drath for healing you, keeping you alive, Thylesia is good for nuking through. And then in the rares, you actually do have Renegade for that free-to-play version of a reset champion. That she comes in and she gives you a mini Kymar move, decreasing all of your cooldowns by 2 turns. Very useful for a speed farm team, so you could potentially do something fun with Renegade and some Cold Hearts. Coffin Smasher, very good early game too. Triple hitter A1, puts decrease attack, you can put HP burn, and he could decrease your damage taken from AoE attacks. He's got really nice base health, really good. So he's a good one too, early game. That will help you with early game Clan Boss and early game Fire Knight. So you can make some really good teams. If we check out some of the speed teams for this as well, you'll see this is very farmable. My team, I farm stage 25. So for stage 25, the team that I actually use in the real world normally is actually this team right here. So, Tomb Lord, you could replace Elenarl with Zavia. This is a poison explosion team. Lydia, and then Allure, and then Ninja's just in to do damage, so you could replace him with any real single target damage dealer. Krutraxa would stand out as a particularly good one. Probably Krutraxa, in fact, in the lead. Zavia, and then the same team, and there you go, bam, you've got a team that can farm. Maybe not actually stage 25 because Zavia's bad affinity, but could farm stage 24. Like, in terms of the best teams, go check this out. Boss Guide, Teams of the Week. You can see the best of the best, a couple of Cold Hearts, and you can't use Seer. Can't use Seer for this tournament, so that's no good. But the Cold Hearts will work. Obviously, Lydia and Kymar work for this tournament, but no Seer, so all the Seer teams are out. This one would almost work, minus Ninja, and switch her for Zavia, but again, bad affinity for green. And yeah, so you see the sort of idea. Again, this team almost works. It'd be more so at Zavia looking at stage 24. We'll see Zavia teams come in here, and that's more appropriate for this particular week. So here we go. Like, this team right here works perfectly. That's your fastest, probably corrupted team for farming stage 24. Poison Explosion, someone to lay poisons, reset the CDs, and Cold Hearts to like nuke and turn me to control the boss. Yeah, again, these Seer teams aren't going to work, but you get the rough gist. For what is the fastest for stage 20, actually? I have no idea. Probably just a bunch of Cold Hearts. Let me see. Okay, so this, yeah, right there. There you go. Double Zavia, double Calvalax, and a Cold Heart. That's your fastest way to beat this boss. Simple. Unfortunately, this Seer team wouldn't work. This team almost works, apart from Cardio. Nethril would work. Yeah, so you have lots of options there, guys, but something like this, I think, is going to be your go-to. If you're late game and you can build something like... I just want to show off Mithrala for fun. I want to show her off for fun. But there you go. That is the tournament. Let us know in the description down below what teams you have. How have you set it up? I wanted to show this one for fun with Mithrala and Thea. But yeah, it sort of depends. How lucky have you been with pulling Cold Hearts? So by the time you've got your first cold heart, that's when you can really start to farm Fire Knight. But guys, yeah, thanks for watching. I hope that you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time for more. There's so much news coming out in the game right now. Yeah, there's some really cool stuff coming. So I got more fun videos on that tomorrow. More stuff obviously coming on Mithrala and Thea and Hex and all of that stuff soon too, seeing as I pulled Mithrala today on the CVC live stream. You can check the VOD for that on the channel as well. See you next time, guys. Boom. We're to the boss. Bye-bye.